If Terence Crawford moves up to fight Canelo, it's going to be a worse fight than fucking Charlo running around Canelo by murder against Crawford. That shit wouldn't happen. They have weight classes for a reason.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are preparing for an eagerly awaited showdown during the Cinco de Mayo weekend. But for Crawford, the challenge goes beyond just facing the tough Mexican fighter. He also has to contend with a chorus of critics. Though Crawford is used to being doubted, the skepticism surrounding him this time is particularly intense, with the controversy over how the fight might end adding fuel to the fire.
Canelo, they want to see it.
Crawford cares about his life, and with that fight, what do that fight do for Canelo? Fighting Crawford, and Crawford beats Canelo. What do that do for Canelo?
Crawford's focus and determination are unmistakable as he gears up for the daunting challenge of facing Canelo. While he's faced doubt before, the skepticism this time feels stronger. Many boxing professionals are urging him not to risk his undefeated record, warning that stepping into the ring with Canelo could mark his first loss.
I think that there are so many other fights to make that's realistic, it makes sense, and less life-risking on top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys out.
Roy Jones Jr., one of the most dominant boxers of his era, remains heavily involved in the careers of today's top fighters. Among them, Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez are seen as two of the best pound-for-pound fighters of this generation. The potential fight between these two has sparked immense excitement among boxing fans worldwide, and it looks like Roy Jones may be right in saying this matchup could be on the horizon.
Boot time to take over and start beating the guys around him, who he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy.
Terence Crawford, a 4-division world champion, has shown interest in facing Canelo Alvarez, the reigning super middleweight champion. However, the significant weight difference between them presents a major challenge for the American fighter.
Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble.
In an interview with Mill City Boxing, Roy Jones Jr. discussed the hypothetical fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. While he praised Crawford's exceptional talent, Jones leaned toward Canelo as the favorite. "I like Terence, but I'm going to lean towards Canelo early because of his size," Jones said. "But if Canelo lets Crawford into the fight, Crawford will be a problem. If Crawford can handle the size difference, he'll beat him." Jones also noted the importance of Canelo's power, which could be a deciding factor. "In a fight, you have to trust the person in the ring. You don't have time to waste, so I pick Canelo. But if he lets Terence into it, Terence could win. So, I like to start with Canelo."
Even if he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, "Okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done."
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win.
Jones Jr. elaborated, "We won't know until we see Crawford take a hard punch because we haven't seen him face that kind of power. That's the deciding factor. If you can hurt Crawford and disrupt his fight plan, you have a chance to beat him. But if you can't hurt him, you won't change his plan, and you're in trouble." This insight highlights Crawford's need to neutralize Canelo's renowned power. If Crawford can rely on his technical boxing skills and avoid Canelo's powerful shots, he might pull off an upset. Although fans dream of this fight, Canelo is currently focused on his next opponent.
A little big for Crawford. I'm not sure about that because Crawford does have punching power and shot, but I think Canelo's a little big. He showed tonight that he's pretty big, so I probably would rather see.
International Boxing Federation interim champion William Skull has recently emerged as a potential opponent for Canelo Alvarez. However, Roy Jones Jr., a Hall of Famer, trainer, and analyst, previously speculated that both Terence Crawford and David Benavidez could defeat Canelo, before revising his stance. Discussing Benavidez, Jones remarked, "It's a tough fight because Benavidez throws a lot of punches. Sometimes, power can change everything."
Charlo fight Crawford first, and then see how that goes. If he does good against Charlo with the weight, then let's see him come up and fight Canelo. Yes, but now
the question is whether Canelo is willing to take the risk, Jones said. "I don't think he will right now because he doesn't feel he has a reason to. If he can't hurt Benavidez early, I don't see him winning that fight." David Benavidez, two-time 168-pound titleist, has been eager for a showdown with Alvarez for over 2 years. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford, who was once considered the best welterweight in the world, has expressed willingness to move up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo. However, Alvarez remains skeptical of the fight, claiming it would add little to his legacy, despite many believing Crawford has a genuine chance to win.
I want to see Crawford come up from weight class and show he can be dominant at 54. You understand me?
That fight was done Crawford and
Crawford won the pound best fight.
If anyone can do it, it's Crawford. You can't count him out, said Roy Jones. I was the kind of fighter who, if someone said they were better than me, I'd step up, even if I was giving away weight. I gave John Ruiz 33 pounds when I won the heavyweight title in 2003. I didn't care. I wanted to prove I was the best pound for pound and make history. That's probably how Crawford feels now. He wants to do something historic to cement his legacy. Who wouldn't want to see the best from yesterday face the best from today? It's a huge fight. If Crawford handles the weight well, it'll be a great contest. He's not just fighting for money, he's fighting to win. If he handles the power at this weight, he has a real chance.
I can bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude,
Jones, a 4-division champion, who fluctuated weight throughout his career, believes Canelo Alvarez should stay at super middleweight. It's best for Canelo to stay at 168, Jones said. He shouldn't have gone up to 175 to fight Dmitry Bivol. He beat Sergey Kovalev, who was at the end of his career, but Bivol is in his prime. Canelo should stay in his weight class and dominate there. Meanwhile, former 2-time world champion Andre Ward also shared his views on the potential super fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, fueling the excitement around the topic.
We so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball.
Since his career-defining win against Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford has set his sights on Canelo Alvarez. Although Canelo initially dismissed the idea, he recently hinted that he might consider defending his super middleweight titles against Crawford if the financial offer is enticing. On the All the Smoke podcast, former undefeated champion Andre Ward weighed in on the potential fight, saying, "I'd love to see Canelo fight either Crawford or Benavidez. He's got 2 options, face someone in his weight class or take on the smaller guy, Crawford."
Beat Canelo. Like I said, I've been saying this, I don't think size win fights, I think skills do. So yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would be Canelo.
In discussing a potential Crawford-Canelo bout, Ward placed his bet on the fighter who last competed 3 weight classes below Canelo. "I'm not betting against Crawford right now," Ward said. Crawford's skills are unmatched, and his mentality sets him apart. "We're talking about the most skilled fighters in the game today. Crawford is someone you can count on. In a 50-50 fight, we'll see who truly has what it takes."
Who knows? That smile's telling me something else, bro. I think it might be on the line, no? Just saying, man. We can't say it's not gonna happen. We can't say that it.
Shakur Stevenson, who refers to Terence Crawford as his big brother, is confident that Crawford would beat Canelo. "Crawford is different. He's a dog," Stevenson says. Despite Crawford's 14-pound weight disadvantage, Stevenson doesn't see it as a problem. He believes that skills, not size, will win the fight. Crawford's southpaw stance, excellent movement, and solid fundamentals could trouble Canelo and secure a win, according to Stevenson.
Of course, why would he call up Benavidez when he's calling out Canelo knowing that he's going to make double the money?
Because he wants to fight at 68,
that's why. So that's why, Eddie.
Speaking to IFL TV, Stevenson praised Crawford's dominance in boxing today, adding that he believes Crawford could beat Canelo. "Size doesn't win fights, skills do," Stevenson emphasized. Crawford's southpaw stance and boxing skills would make it tough for Canelo to land his hooks. "I think Crawford could beat him."
Why? You know why. He wants to make the biggest fucking payday.
Does he have a chance in the fight?
Everybody has a chance, but I think he'll put up some good rounds. I think he loses to Canelo, but he'll put up good rounds. Better than Charlo did.
For Robert Garcia, Crawford no longer needs to seek another fight. Given his outstanding career and unbeaten record, he has nothing left to prove. He's already accomplished it, Garcia explained. I don't see him fighting just to satisfy fans who say he needs to face this or that opponent.
The potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has become one of the most thrilling possibilities in boxing today, especially with Saudi Arabia's growing involvement in the sport. Trainer Robert Garcia believes Canelo has an advantage but also recognizes Crawford's situation. He explained that if Crawford doesn't get the Canelo fight soon, he might retire. Garcia added that if Canelo's motivation is high, the fight could become even more thrilling.
The only reason he would return to the ring, Garcia says, is for a shot at Canelo to end his career on a high note. He's gonna look for that big...
Robert Garcia, in an interview with Fight Hype, discussed Crawford's future, saying, Crawford has already achieved everything he set out to do. He doesn't need to challenge himself anymore. But I believe he wants the big fight with Canelo. If he doesn't get it, retirement might be his next step. Garcia also noted that Crawford could target junior middleweight champions if he decides to stay active in the sport.
Crawford, Canelo.
Put up from the round, he'll fight. He'll probably get stopped or get knocked out, but he'll put up some good rounds. Yeah, but he'll...
Garcia believes that Crawford could hold his own against Canelo for several rounds, even if he doesn't win. Crawford's skills and power could make the first 6 to 8 rounds competitive, Garcia said. But eventually, Canelo's size and strength would likely take over. Still, those early rounds would be exciting.
I don't think we've seen anything like Terence Crawford in all my years of boxing. I know that for a fact. I do study history. I've never seen anybody that has everything.
The potential Canelo versus Crawford fight continues to be a topic of debate, with major hurdles beyond the financials. Former WBO and WBC light welterweight champion Tim Bradley believes that nothing can stop Crawford's momentum, even with the concerns about weight. Bradley says only Crawford himself could be his own obstacle.
Power, timing, can switch the way he switches, to have the toughness, the meanness that he has, the way he finishes guys, the way he breaks down guys.
I think the only person who can beat Crawford is himself right now, Bradley said. He has the skills, and Canelo deserves respect, but Crawford should be able to beat him. If Crawford uses his defense and stays out of harm's way, he should win.
He's one of the smartest guys that I've ever seen in the ring. Right up there with Floyd Mayweather. So yeah, I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168.
Crawford, about to turn 37 and moving up in weight, faces the challenge of proving himself at 168. Fans wonder if Crawford will test himself against the best in the division before facing Canelo, or if he's just after a massive payday for his retirement.
Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way.
Bradley pointed out that Crawford's mentality sets him apart. He's a pound-for-pound guy, Bradley said, but we don't know yet if he's willing to face top super middleweights to prove himself further.
A secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret, is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight. So,
is it like a skill set? Is it like a preparation thing, or?
Nope, it's not. Nope, I'm not.
If Crawford decides to prove himself against David Benavidez or David Morrell, you'd feel confident that he's not just showing up for the payday against Canelo without aiming to win, Bradley explained. Bradley, but since Crawford has no intention of...
If Crawford fights at 168, it could be about the money, Bradley added. At that weight, he has to prove it's not just for the payday.
Canelo was never a top pound-for-pound guy, but Crawford's skill set is what sets him apart. He's a competitor, and he's been chasing Canelo. He wants to fight him, and I truly believe he'll do well against Canelo. Ring board on it.
Just gonna put it like this. If the fight was to happen, you will see. Yeah.
Because a lot of people think Terence can compete.
Bradley expressed concerns about the potential fight. Canelo can punch, and if he lands a big shot on Crawford, it could be dangerous. But like Mayweather did in 2013, Crawford could outthink and outbox Canelo.
Touches Canelo, because he's been hit by bigger guys, he's not gonna I don't want to say show him respect, but he's going to be able to go, okay, I could walk through this. I could take a little risk and set up my traps, cut the ring off, dig to the body, and wear Terence down over the rounds.
I'm just going to tell you like this.
It wasn't a fair comparison when Mayweather fought Canelo at 154, Bradley noted. But Crawford could replicate that success. He has the skills to outbox and outsmart Canelo.
Others say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12.
Canelo's slow, but he has a good jab and quick hooks, Bradley said. Crawford just needs to avoid those and get underneath them. He has the skills to beat Canelo. Unlike Charlo, who didn't take risks, Crawford is willing to be great, and that's why I believe he can do it.